What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I will be reviewing episode 219 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, titled Return. So the episode started off with Boruto trying to open a portal to go back to the Hidden Leaf Village with his Karma Seal, since Sasuke couldn't do it with his Rinnegan. And Boruto was unable to do it. Kawaki thought that Boruto was unable to do it because he was scared. And once Boruto and Kawaki started to argue, Boruto was able to do it. Now, this was slightly different in the manga, and I think the manga made this better. And in the manga, basically what happened was when Kawaki and Boruto were arguing, their chakra started to, it seemed like their chakra started to resonate like how it used to do when they had the Karma Seal. But yeah, it's basically, we seen chakra aura coming out of them in the manga, and that's why Boruto was able to create the portal. Like when him and Kawaki got close to each other and started arguing, both of them had chakra aura emanating off of them, and because of that, seemingly because of that, that's why Boruto was able to open the portal. But in the anime, they didn't have any chakra aura coming off, so it was kind of weird. It just seemed like that just happened because they were arguing. But I guess Kawaki gave Boruto the motivation to open the portal, because at first Kawaki thought that Boruto was scared, and that was the reason why he wasn't able to do it. But anyways, they ended up returning to the Hidden Leaf Village, and Shikamaru and the others went up to basically see how they were doing, and also Sarada came as well. And we got some of the same dialogue from the manga that, Boruto said that he feels like he can do anything when he's with Kawaki, basically. And yeah, everybody was just happy to be home. Sarada noticed that something was going on with Sasuke's eye because his eye was closed, and Boruto kind of blamed himself for that. He was like, it was my fault. If I hadn't come along, that wouldn't have happened to Sasuke's eye. But Sasuke said that basically, Boruto, you saved my life, so don't worry about it, basically. And yeah, so that's what happened with that scene. And they basically went to the Hidden Leaf Village Hospital. Sasuke said, let's go back to Sakura. They went to the Hidden Leaf Village Hospital. And yeah, when Ishiki attacked the village, I was wondering where Sakura was that whole time. I mean, it was just kind of weird. I mean, I thought she would have been with Sakura. I mean, we're with Sarada, but I guess she was just at the hospital. But I don't know. I think that was just kind of weird because she should have been with Sarada, especially knowing that, since Sarada is her daughter and Sarada was injured, she should have been with Sarada the whole time. I'm just gonna assume that she was trying to evacuate the people in the hospital. But yeah, so they went to the hospital, and Boruto was like, he basically said he's hungry and he's about to go, he wants to go get his mom's cooking. And Kawaki said, yeah, just go back home. Don't worry, I'm not going to run away or anything. But it seemed like Kawaki wasn't planning on going back to their house. But Boruto basically reminded him, it's our home, not just my home, it's our home. And also, Naruto talked to Amato about code, and Amato basically told Naruto that code was basically limited. Like, code had some limiters placed on him, or he had a limiter placed on him. Unlike the other cyborgs, all of the other cyborgs were basically enhanced, but code, it was the opposite for him. He was limited because, or at least the core members, all of the inner core members, or the core members in general, they had enhancements, scientific enhancements. But Cole was the opposite. He was limited due to the fact that he was stronger than Jigen originally, and that basically, he didn't want to put Jigen's role as leader in jeopardy or whatever, so he accepted the limiter. But Amato also said that there were other cyborgs who were limited as well. I mean, no, other cyborgs who were basically destroyed because they were stronger than Jigen as well. So yeah, Code is not the only cyborg who was stronger than Jigen. The other ones, according to Amato, was destroyed. But you'll learn more about those other cyborgs in the future. But yeah, so essentially, yeah, Amato told Shikamaru, Naruto, and Sai about all of that. And he also told them that Cole has a karma seal that's, a defective karma seal that is used for a weapon, but since it wasn't a vessel karma seal, it was a non-vessel karma seal, meaning Ishiki's data wasn't going into code. So basically he had a karma seal that was exclusively used as a weapon, and it wasn't used as a tool to resurrect for Ishiki, because it didn't work in the same way that Kawaki's karma seal worked, because his Code's karma seal was defective. It essentially gave Code the powers of the karma seal without the side effect of him eventually being turned into Ishiki, basically without the side effect of Ishiki resurrecting through him, which technically that's the best of both worlds. Essentially, he has a very, very powerful weapon via the karma seal, but he doesn't have the downside of his life being in danger, and of Ishiki trying to resurrect through him. So he essentially got the best of both worlds with this karma seal. He got all of the good stuff, all of the pros, and none of the cons when it comes to the karma seal. So yeah, but since he basically worships Dao Suzuki, just like kind of like how Boro also worshipped Dao Suzuki. Since he worships Dao Suzuki, he actually seen that as a downside. He actually wanted to be resurrected. He actually wanted to be Ishiki's tool to be resurrected. Like he wanted Ishiki to resurrect through him. So yeah, he was also jealous of Kawaki because of that stuff. But then we had basically Ishiki came through Code's karma seal, and he told Code that you will inherit the will of Dao Suzuki. Basically my legacy lives on through you. And I know some people from some manga readers are gonna be mad at that scene, because they actually cut out a image and they cut out a little bit of dialogue from that scene. Now the dialogue was basically Ishiki told Code that he wants Code to become a higher up Otsutsuki like creature, and we seen an image of a huge statue looking thing, and it had like a whole bunch of Jogan around it, or at least the eyes looked like Jogan, and that's what Ishiki was seemingly referring to, that he wanted Code to become. He wanted Code to become like that thing, and for some odd reason, the anime cut that image out. They did not show that image from the manga, that image that we got where Ishiki was talking to Code, and we seen that huge figure with all the Jogans. They cut that scene out for some reason. Now, I guess I don't know exactly why they cut that out. I'm pretty sure some manga readers are going to be really annoyed by that. To me, it wasn't like that big of a deal anyways, because the message still got across that Ishiki essentially wants Code to follow the will of Dao Suzuki, and that was the whole purpose of that scene in the manga. But I'm not really mad that they cut that scene. I think it was unnecessary for them to cut that out, but I don't know why they cut it out. For all we know, it could have been something to do with the fact that they didn't want to show that soon. They didn't want to show that figure that soon with all of the Jogan, or it could be that scene from the manga, that scene where we're seeing what Ishiki basically wanted Code to be, maybe is going to be different. Like maybe they're going to change it up in the anime, and that's that whole figure that we seen in the manga. Maybe we're not going to see that in the manga again. Maybe Ishiki wants Code to be something else, or maybe that little figure was not a real thing that Code could become, or whatever. That's probably the only logical explanation for why they cut that out. They're probably going to change the way that whole thing look, or whatever. Point being, I think the message of the scene still got across that Ishiki wants Code to inherit the will of the Otsutsuki clan. So overall, I'm not really mad about that. It's not a big problem for me. Don't really care that much. So yeah, that's what I think about that. So then we also got some other stuff. We got basically Sakura. She was explaining to Naruto and Sasuke, or so essentially they had a scene where everybody got examined, and including Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, and Kawaki. So the results from Boruto and Kawaki's test were it was basically confirmed that they were 80% Aotsutsuki, just like how Ishiki and Momoshiki said they were 80% Aotsutsuki. That was confirmed via the test that Sakura did. So basically, Sakura must have seen via the test, she must have seen that their DNA and their chakra must have been modified to being 80% Aotsutsuki. So yeah, that was basically confirmed with the test. Also, it was also confirmed that Naruto no longer has superhuman strength. Not only did Kurama say that when he died in the last episode, but now we have confirmation from Sakura as well. So, also Sakura said that Naruto's not going to be able to do the same type of jutsu he did before. So, I'm pretty sure that means shadow clones. Like, he's still going to be able to use shadow clone jutsu most likely, but he's not going to be able to create a huge amount of shadow clones. And all of the different jutsus that took up a lot of chakra, he's not going to be able to use them jutsus to the same extent they used them in the past. But yeah, Sakura did say that he no longer has superhuman strength. He's not going to be able to use the same jutsu. And yeah, so, and then Naruto said he feels like there's a hole in him or whatever. But he says that Kurama wouldn't like it. Kurama would be mad at him if he was depressed, and he would say that he's being pathetic and he's supposed to be the Hokage. And yeah, so that's what everything that happened with in regards to Naruto about, his test and stuff. So Sakura essentially seen that he lost a ton of power. Katasuke also said that Sasuke lost power, but notice how nobody says Sasuke no longer has superhuman strength or chakra. So yeah, he lost chakra. I mean, he lost some power due to the fact that he lost the Rinnegan, which gives him access to a lot of hacks abilities, very, very overpowered, very, very strong abilities. However, no one said that Sasuke lost superhuman strength like they said Naruto. Kurama said Naruto lost superhuman strength, and so did Sakura. So, and nobody said that about Sasuke. So, essentially, Naruto's ordinary. He's like, oh yeah, also Naruto said he felt like he was cheating before. I didn't really like that piece of dialogue too much because, to me, Naruto never felt like he was cheating. All of his power felt earned throughout this. He more so earned his Nine Tails power in the 4th grade Ninja War arc. He had to train and to master Nine Tails power and stuff. He did do a little bit of training. He did do some training with Jiraiya and stuff to try to get his Nine Tails power under control. But I didn't necessarily feel like he was cheating at all throughout the series because I think he put in a lot of work and training in order to master his abilities. So, yeah, but Naruto, he said, he did essentially kind of like have a cheat code due to the fact that he was in Jinchuriki, and Jinchuriki usually have a lot more power than everybody else. But now that he no longer has Nine Tails chakra, he no longer has Biju chakra in general, so he doesn't have superhuman strength anymore. And I already made a whole video explaining why Naruto is weaker than most people think he is. And yeah, that video is titled Naruto is Weaker Than You Think. But yeah, I didn't feel like Naruto was cheating throughout the series because, especially in the war arc, he definitely did earn his powers with the Nine Tails. He had to train to get Nine Tails chakra. Now, keep in mind, when he did fight to do that, he did have Nine Tails chakra leaking out through him throughout that whole time. So, yeah, he's essentially now, he has less chakra than he's ever had throughout the entire series. He no longer has Nine Tails chakra leaking out into him like how he had throughout his entire life. So, yeah, that's the case with that. But, yeah, so that's what happened with that stuff. But, yeah, I do want to emphasize Sasuke, and nobody ever says Sasuke no longer has superhuman strength. So, for the people who are still trying to debate that Naruto is stronger than Sasuke, because there's still some people trying to debate that, no, it's blatantly, objectively false. Because, the objective reality is Naruto was stated to be Naruto was stated to not having superhuman strength multiple times at this point, whereas that was never the case for Sasuke. So I'm pretty sure Sasuke still has superhuman strength. He should still have access to the perfect Susanoo. He should still be just as strong and fast as he was in the past. So, yeah, because the Rinnegan didn't really give him any speed amps or physical power amps at all. It just gave him hacks abilities. So, yeah, that's the case with that. So, then we had a scene where Kawaki and Boruto was on the roof, the Hidden Leaf Village Hospital's roof, the same place where Naruto and Sasuke fought in part 1. And they were talking, and basically Kawaki told Boruto that I'm still gonna basically, I promised to you I was gonna help you get rid of the karma shield, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna help you get rid of it. And Kawaki said, I'm pretty sure we still have more time for you to get rid of that. And Boruto was like, so you're very honorable after all. And yeah, so they were on the rooftop. They had a little talk about that stuff, the karma seal. And then Kawaki left. He said he's not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, but he told Boruto to go back home. And Boruto, as he was leaving the hospital, basically the Konoha TV station, they were trying to interview Boruto, and they were asking Boruto, "Were you getting in the way? Were you in the way of the seventh Hokage? And tell us how the seventh Hokage protected the village and how he defeated the Otsutsuki." Now, this is one thing that has always irritated me about Naruto in general, about the story of Naruto in general. The fact that Naruto, anytime that the world is saved, Naruto's the only one getting credit for it. The only exception to that was in the last Naruto the movie, where Sakura, Sai, Hinata, Shikamaru, and Naruto, everybody who went on that mission to rescue Hinabi and stuff, they all got credit in the last Naruto the movie for saving the world. That's the only time that's the only exception to that. But other than that, like in the fourth grade ninja war, Naruto was the only one who got credit. Everybody was saying like he was the hero of the war, even though technically him and Sasuke were the ones who undid the Infinite Tsukuyomi. So they were both the heroes of the fourth grade ninja war arc. And technically a lot of people helped out in the fourth grade ninja war arc. Even characters like Ino, she did some very, very impressive stuff like controlling Obito in that war. But as far as like the people who actually ended the war, that was Naruto and Sasuke together. Those two ended the war together by undoing the Infinite Tsukuyomi. And they saved the entire world. But yet Naruto was the only one who got credit for that. So just like in those situations, once again, they're also only giving credit to Naruto, or at least the Konoha TV station. They assumed that Naruto was the reason. They assumed that Naruto was the one who protected the village, and they basically were assuming that Naruto was the one, the sole one who was responsible for protecting the village. But that's not the case. Sasuke is a huge reason why they survived. Kawaki is a huge reason why they survived. And Boruto is a huge reason why they survived. Without Sasuke, Kawaki, and Boruto, the Hidden Leaf Village wouldn't be protected. They wouldn't have been, the Hidden Leaf Village would not have been protected. Naruto would have been, he would have stayed sealed away in that dimension. It would have been no way for him to get back home, etc. And then also Kawaki would have, well, actually, yeah. The point being, it was four people responsible for saving the village, not just Naruto. But so Katasuke, he jumped in. He said, "Hey, Boruto, if it wasn't for Boruto, basically, Katasuke basically said Boruto also played a huge part in protecting the village and protecting the world in general. So because of that, Boruto, they started to interview Boruto, and they were very impressed with him, and they called him the little hero and stuff. And they gave him an interview on TV. Now in the manga, this stuff was different, because in the manga, the villagers themselves actually seen Boruto send Ishiki into another dimension. So the villagers themselves actually seen Boruto protect the village in the manga. Whereas in the anime, the Hidden Leaf Village was already mostly evacuated by the time Boruto used that portal to send Ishiki into another dimension. So I actually prefer what happened in the manga better. I prefer what happened in the manga more, because in the manga, I like how the villagers actually seen Boruto, protect the village themselves with their own eyes. I like how they actually seen that themselves. So, yeah, I just like it better in the manga. Like I like that, the fact that they actually got proof of Boruto and what he did, and they didn't make any assumptions or anything that it was mainly just Naruto who saved the world. I like that. I like how it was. I like it in the manga more. But then what happened was that the Boruto's friends, mainly, Team 10, as well as Sarda and Sumire, they were watching the interview on TV, the interview where Boruto was getting interviewed about saving the world and stuff. And Sumire, Sarda noticed that Sumire seemed very worried. And obviously the reason why she's so worried is because she knows the truth. She knows that Boruto's life is in danger. And Sumire got all embarrassed and stuff when they asked her, "Why are you paying?" Well, they basically said, we noticed that you're paying a lot of very close attention to Boruto. and she got very nervous about that and is seemingly embarrassed about that. But I thought that they were gonna have Sumire tell the rest of Boruto's friends, or at least Team 10 and Sarda. I thought they were gonna have her tell them basically that Boruto's life was in danger, because in the manga we never got a scene where we never seen Sarda learn that Boruto, at least so far we haven't seen her, learn the fact that Boruto was basically, his life was in danger. I'm pretty sure they did mention it. I'm pretty sure that it was mentioned later on, like when they were sparring. I'm not gonna spoil what happened, but basically, Team 7 was doing some training, and it was mentioned that Boruto's life was in danger. I'm pretty sure, but they didn't show us. They didn't actually show a scene in the manga where it was actually revealed to Sarda that Boruto's life was in danger and that Momoshiki was trying to resurrect through Boruto. And maybe they're going to add a scene like that in the future of the anime, and I actually hope they do add that scene, because it's kind of weird that Sarda we didn't actually get her reaction to it, her first reaction to finding that information out. So I hope the anime do add that scene. It should be a very emotional scene, but I hope they do add that scene where Sarda essentially learns about the fact that Boruto's life is in danger. And basically after that scene, Mitsuki, so after everybody was watching Boruto on TV, Mitsuki came up and he told Sarda that he learned some information from Shikamaru, and then they went over to Boruto, and Sarda was pretty mad that she seemed kind of mad that Team 7 was basically banned from going on missions because of Boruto. And she kind of blamed it on the fact that Boruto went and took credit on TV. Also, it's kind of weird that Boruto's friends were like, oh, well, it seems it's okay that Boruto's, taking credit for this or whatever. It seemed like they were kind of like, downplaying or underestimating Boruto. It seemed like they actually didn't think that Boruto played a huge role in saving the world. But yeah, that scene was kind of weird. I mean, that dialogue was kind of weird, because they should know, well, at least Sarda, she should know how strong Boruto is. I mean, she's seen him destroy Boro. So she should know Boruto is capable of helping, she essentially, she shouldn't be doubting the fact that Boruto actually did play a huge part in saving the world. So yeah, it's kind of weird that it was, it seemed like Boruto's friends were kind of doubting him, and they were making it seem like Boruto was, that he was taking credit for something he didn't do, but obviously he did play a huge part in saving the world. But yeah, so it seemed like Sarda, she was kind of blaming Boruto for, it seemed like she was kind of blaming him for Team 7 being banned from going on missions. She said it's all because, oh, you went and got yourself on TV, and because of that, the shinobi, the civilians of the village, they can't see you with the karma seal or whatever, because essentially, since Boruto's on TV now and he's regarded as a hero of the village, essentially because of that, I guess that was used as some of the reasoning for why Shikamaru banned Team 7 from going on missions. I guess that was one of the reasons, or that was basically hinted at as being one of the reasons, due to the fact that Boruto was so popular now, the villagers can't see him going out of control with the karma seal. So that's basically what Mitsuki was saying. Since Boruto's so popular, the villagers can't see him going out of control with the karma seal. He's gonna have a lot more attention on him now, so they can't risk seeing him go out of control with the karma seal. Another reason for why Team 7 logically is not allowed to go on missions anymore is because they need to get the whole situation with Boruto's karma seal figured out, because that is a threat to Boruto's life. Now, the weird thing is, we already know that the anime is going into a tuning exams arc. We already know that. So, and from the synopsises that I've seen on Twitter, it seems like Boruto is going to, it's basically confirmed that Boruto is competing in the tuning exams. So if he's competing in the tuning exams, this whole thing is very, very, very strange, because essentially Team 7 is banned from going on missions. Now, of course, the tuning exams is not necessarily them going on missions. They're just, taking a test. But isn't it kind of weird that Boruto's allowed to compete in the tuning exams, but he's not allowed to go on missions? Or, essentially, I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird to me that they're not allowing him to go on missions, but they are allowing him to compete in the tuning exams, where he's going to be competing in front of civilians during the test, most likely. Like the test usually takes place, like the finals usually take place in front of a big group of people. And plus, he's going to be fighting people. And, he's going to be using, his karma seal we don't got the whole thing figured out with the karma seal yet. They don't got the whole situation figured out with the karma seal yet. But yeah, so then after that, Sumire, the episode pretty much ended off with Sumire wondering why she was so worried about Boruto. And it seemed like she's just now starting to realize the fact that she has a crush on Boruto. Because, it should be, first of all, she should be concerned about Boruto, regardless if she liked him or not. Like, regardless if she had a crush on him or not, she should be concerned about him because she know his life is in danger. And he's a friend, a longtime friend of hers from the academy. So, of course, she should be, worried about him and concerned about him because his life is in danger. And that's her friend. But it seems like, she was kind of blushing and stuff, and she was wondering why she's so concerned about Boruto. So, essentially, it seems like they're just now starting to, make Sumire develop feelings for Boruto in the anime, even though in the manga, it was made very clear, ever since Sumire appeared in the manga, it was made very clear that she had a crush on Boruto. But, yeah, after that, that's pretty much the entire episode. That's everything that happened in the episode. And after that, we got a new new ending, which I didn't like the art for the ending. I just didn't like the art style for the ending, honestly. I think this was the worst ending in terms of visuals. I think this was the worst ending by far. Like, I did not like the art style for the ending. The song was pretty decent from what I heard. I probably got to go back and listen to it a couple more times, but I didn't really have a problem with the song from what I heard. But the visuals I did not like at all for the ending. But yeah, so with that being said, that's all I got to say for this video, for this review. I'm going to give you my ratings and stuff as always. So the art for the episode was a 10 out of 10. I didn't notice any problems with the artwork. The animation was a 10 out of 10. I didn't notice any problems with the animation. And the story of the episode was, I'll probably give the story a 10 out of 10. They did cut out some scenes from the manga, but overall, I think, they cut out they cut out a little bit of stuff from the Ko and Ishiki interaction, but I don't think it actually hindered the story and I don't think it decreased the story quality at all. I like some of the things that they added in. Actually, I did like the main thing I like that I liked all the scenes that they added in, really. All of the anime original scenes that we got. The scene where Sakura was telling Naruto that he no longer has superhuman strength. And the extra scenes that we got with Kawaki and Boruto, those scenes weren't in the manga. Also, the scenes that we got where Team 7 were interacting, those scenes weren't in the manga. So I like all the anime original scenes that they added in there. Overall, a 10 out of 10 episode overall, 10 out of 10 for artwork, 10 out of 10 for animation, and 10 out of 10 for story. Another 10 out of 10 episode overall for Boruto. Another tremendous, amazing episode for Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button and clicking that bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And also, if you like the video, please drop a like and drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video and of the episode in the comment section below. And share the video all over the internet. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.